Well, somebody's at 99 already.
Welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody, for the week of November 25th. Let us interrupt our DC Legends talk to introduce the show, and myself, Ryan Miller, and the other one, Matt Ambird.
This guy, Captain Adam, looks super fat and weird. And it also, like, his Adam logo, like, not, okay, he's standing weird, but it's, like, all built out weird. But the Adam...
Oh, no, see, you're looking at Captain Adam, A-D-A-M.
Yeah, that's right. Which is funny because you got to the joke before I did, but if you actually go and look on the... so if you go to the Alliance and then click on the top contributor and choose Darkest God 7, and then you look at Captain Adam, my joke was going to be... It kind of does look like a maple leaf at first glance, and...
Oh, wow, you were going deeper. Captain Adam Parkin, friend of the show.
That's exactly it, yes. Yeah. And
there's no way to tell. I do like the idea that our DC Legends talk just slowly becomes sooner and sooner in the show until it's so how we begin and deliver the bulk of it.
It's so dumb.
On Zero Hit Points, where we talk about video games, essentially. That's the show.
Well,
would be the rest of the intro. And DC Legends, I guess I should specify now.
I don't have anything to add to it other than...
Yes, you do. You have a fully fledged, legendarily...
Yeah, he's definitely legendary.
Obtained.
Yeah, legit.
Dr. Fate.
It's true.
I've never been more jealous.
I love how you broke this news. Like, it was like, this is...
It's on the agenda. It's like item number 1. Actually, it's not. DC Legends was like the third game I thought we'd talk about, but...
Well, I don't have any other games to talk about, so you can go straight on. You can take the heart and go straight on to you.
Okay, so we can continue with the DC Legends, or we can call that a teaser, take a sidetrack to other less important video games.
Oh no.
And then come back.
Let's start strong with the DC Legends and then just taper down. We don't want, like, the excitement level for both of us is already off the charts.
Start with the showstopper. I got you.
That's right. It's how I believe every episode should go.
So stopping the show, is there anything else about DC Legends actually? I don't actually, you're talking to me about the Alliance screen. I actually don't dig into that all that much. Like, I go in to see what, because it only alternates between play heroic campaign battles or play PvP battles. I only go in to see which it is.
Yeah, it's always just whatever the next. It's whatever you did yesterday. It's the opposite. So
you're saying I don't even have to go into it anymore?
No, if you go into the PvP tomorrow, all you have to do is look to see which of your characters says "Use me."
But those icons show up in the screen right before you play the thing anyways.
That's
so
true. It's true.
I do have to go in to collect my Alliance points, I guess.
Yeah, well, collect your points, and then all the information is there. It's at your fingertip.
I couldn't have told you about what's his bucket, Captain Adam, though. Right? I never look at the lead. I never know who's on top. Every now and then I get a text saying, "Oh man, you're way up there," and then I look and I'm like, "Oh yeah," and there's like one other guy that's done one game, and I'm like, "Why? What? This is the most like inconsistent thing."
Dude, no, today's is crazy though. Like, I'm not even gonna bother today.
Is Captain Adam?
Captain's got like 90 some freaking yeah.
Oh yeah, 99. Look at that. I also don't know how scoring works. Do you? Because when you play the battles, it depends on if you have characters in the list. On the list, whatever, you can be in or on it. And then if you play with them, do you get a point per character per game? Is that...
Sure.
We don't know.
You know, it's funny. I looked at it the other day and I still don't like it. I think it's a multiplier type thing where you get 2, you get 2, you get 3, you get 5, you get 6, 12. Yeah, I don't know.
I wish you could do more with those points too, because the Alliance stuff seems to have to build... Like, I can buy stuff with the PvP currency that I earn every day, maybe 1.5 days. The Alliance stuff, I've never even been able to hold on to it long enough to get up to, I think it's like 10,000 for some actual character fragments.
Well, I mean, you're explaining your problem right there is you can't hold on to it long enough. What did I do?
It takes a long time.
You say, you're like, I can't, how did you, how many packs of the, of Dr. Fate did you end up being able to purchase?
Okay, that's me not being able to hold on to my gold. In fact,
it's the same thing.
Yes, it is. I've figured out our play styles, our different play styles here, You always give me a hard time for saying the word meta. I understand ish what you're talking about. I think what I do with this thing is more of a min-maxing, or if I had to think about it, a maxing of characters. I am literally more concerned with looking at the ones I'm getting pieces for, because I had to stop just spreading it all around because I had to concentrate on what I was getting, or I'm sure that's where you get stuck in the thing where you start spending money on what you want.
Probably.
Who wants to do that? So I end up just like pumping everything, and I'm spending all my gold on like ability stuff to build up the abilities on just these few, I think 4 characters now. Basically Superman, Raven, Ravager, and Green Lantern. That's my team for just about everything.
Yeah, I like all 3 of them. Great GL.
They're fine.
GL is I'm in and out of, and now with Fate, I don't need him.
Yes, that's what I would hope to do. I've noticed his shielding because Green Lantern appears to be the shielding guy. I also wish I didn't have to level up Superman at all, but they just throw those out there. It's quite obvious they want everybody. That's the character they're like, well, maybe we'll give them all one character they can get to Legendary for free.
I don't
somehow.
Know. Whatever, man. He's good.
He's good, but he's Superman. Like, give me anybody else. Give me Cyborg Superman for that matter.
I'm happy. I got Bizarro, so.
You did. So this is less of an issue for you.
It is.
I like his. Never noticed his #1 necklace.
The medallion, yeah, I love the medallion. It's great.
It's awesome.
Bizarro's #1.
It's not a bad game. I enjoy making you talk about the game you downloaded to pass time on the crapper. It's fun.
It is remarkably like for as I don't know. It is for as remarkably dingy as it is. It's fun. I like getting the. I actually do enjoy collecting all the characters and stuff, but I enjoy the gameplay of it. I enjoy doing the ring around the rosy, trying to figure out, okay, how do I build my team best to fight these guys? Which, by the way, that guy. It finally took me having the 2 legendary characters to beat that guy in PvP.
Oh, in PvP? I don't even try. I'm so sick. Like, and maybe this is my problem, because you gave me the idea. Apparently, if I lose a bunch, it will start giving me easier matchups. Is that the idea?
That's what it seemed to do, but now I'm not sure that that's valid anymore, because now I've been losing regularly, and it's not really changed. I don't know. I
tried, and it didn't seem to work for me, and that because you still waste a PvP point. Even if you lose and you don't get the reward, so then I'm not getting the character fragments. So yeah, I don't even try anymore. It's regularly matching me up with at least 2 people that are impossible. And what super sucks is that sometimes they're rated lower. So I'll spend the point, like I'll just look at the straight up power matchups, and it's like, oh, this dude's 2,000 points below me, and he'll just wipe the floor with me. Yeah, no,
it totally. That's what was happening with that one guy.
Freaking annoying.
I'll tell you, man. Legendary Zatanna with a 5-star Star Sapphire, and then that freaking the 5-star
so 2 healers
Robin, whichever Robin it was.
It was Damien. I did find him later. Yeah,
he has like a massive hit that like just wrecked every character I had. That 2 hits, and he did that. Then the next 2 shots they were done. That was a freaking nightmare. I had to. Dr. Fate kind of came in on the save with that, with all the freaking
Dr. Fate,
all the healing that he could do between him and Raven, man.
Yeah,
Raven Simone.
Right. I'm sure at some point I should look at doing it more like you, to actually match up characters against characters. Yeah. I'm just brute forcing stuff. I'm trying to min-max everybody I have, get them as powerful as they can, and hope that just brute forces the way through whatever matchup.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong. What I did find though is that the I did not realize that you can use your campaign token things and go to the some of the battles that you actually are for that are specifically for like the leveling up currencies. I didn't know you could go back and redo them, and I did that a couple of times over the last few days, boosting, like, it just totally jacked up the amount of the Green Lantern ring things that I need.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, for the upgrade
upgrades.
Events.
Yeah.
That rotate. And I guess it's every weekend that they do that massive, like there's 4 or 5 events running at the same time.
Yeah, and I had no idea that you could go in and you could play them and then do the replay on them, just like with everything else. And
for as long as they're around, at least.
Yeah, I never really considered it and figured that out this past weekend. And That was useful.
Yeah, if you ever do decide to waste your gold like me, along those same lines, there's a couple packs in there. One of them's there's 4 different upgrade materials for your abilities. It's the willpower icon. Again, they're kind of going with Blackest Night, Brightest Day stuff.
Yeah.
Willpower icon, rage, hope, and then it gets to light or dark. But I think the very last one is dark. I haven't even got to any. That's probably like level 7 or 8 on the abilities. If you buy 1 pack of everything else, like the blue, red, and white stuff, you will need to buy like 4 packs of just green to actually use all of that.
Oh, I'm sure.
For the longest time, I couldn't even get to any of it because I had bought that first, and I didn't have enough green to even go through that stuff.
Yeah, I found that definitely green is green is key.
Yeah,
green is
buy
green.
the green first, maybe.
But have you spent any cash money dollars?
You would ask that. You so. Define dollar.
Have you used any real world currency to purchase in-game currency?
You and your perfectly worded questions. When you first download the game, you can spend 99 cents on a buttload of Superman stuff.
Right.
And right after you do that, it costs $5 from there on out, and it's less stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was a limited time thing or that just always shows up for the newbies.
it's a single. It's your first log on because I
Okay.
got the same day. It's the only thing I spent money. I was like, you know what?
I did that. Oh, so you got that too?
Yeah, man. I think I'm
okay.
spending enough freaking time with it. I might as well spend $1 on it.
I gave him $1. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not like literally everything else is overpriced as far as I'm concerned. But
Oh yeah, no. But you know, it comes down to like the gold thing is totally just been playing it, and I'd hardly ever use the gold for anything. Like the most I used the gold for was if I was getting really close on fragments for a character that I could use to campaign, like the campaign replays for.
right.
Okay, then I might spend some gold to like get those last fragments, but
Gotcha.
I haven't used it for anything other than
Smart.
And you
Very
know,
smart.
so I rolled into the Dr. Fate thing with 10,000 or 9,000, which got me all the way to just before Legendary, and then I had 2 events or something after that got me enough to get me the one last pack, and woohoo! Now I've got like another 90 to go before I can level him up to 2-star Legendary.
Legendary, you needed 90, and then it's like 130 after that. So
Yeah, and then it's gonna be like 7,000.
which unless he shows up in the store again, you're spending, you're getting very little fragments day to day, really.
Yeah, thankfully it doesn't cost me anything. It's
Nope. You're just kind of, and you can start autoing stuff, which is obviously
it's what I do with him. I just hope he shows up more in the campaign.
Yeah, I'm to level, I think second to last level now on not heroic on the normal difficulty.
Oh yeah, I'm still not very far.
Heroic, I'm 6 or 7 or something.
You are probably further than me on the campaign at this point now.
I will go back and try until I lose, and then it's kind of, I think I'm in a grinding pattern at this point, because why not? What else are you going to do?
I don't know.
DC Legends.
There it is.
There it is.
Let's never talk about it again.
I don't see why we would. There couldn't possibly be more to talk about.
You know what? We're already
don't know.
giving the company that made that more attention than they've ever received in the past.
I put it in the title of the show last week.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah, again, this does nothing for anybody, but what else did I play? So, hot on the heels of my irresponsible game review last week of Star Wars, and I believe I did get the word order wrong last week. It's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Order Fallen folk.
Close. Yeah. So if you were confused this or last week, that's the game it was. Maybe I'm an hour and a half into it more now.
Okay, so now everything is solidified. You've got a decision.
Yes.
Okay.
Whereas before I irresponsibly said it didn't make a great first impression.
Yeah.
Literally minutes farther into it, I'm like, oh, I get this. This could be great.
I love it.
Minutes.
I love that you paused. You're like, this game's not grabbing me. It's like
it hadn't even taught me any of the combat. So basically what happened, and I did mention this last week, is that, or whatever week that was, that I've heard the combat is where this thing shines the most. It basically teaches you how to reflect blaster bolts. You're taking out your lightsaber because you begin the story as a Jedi in hiding, so you're not like in combat. Something happens that you need to save your friend. You are discovered. you have to go on a mission. You're picked up by a very interestingly story-wise girl who used to be a Jedi and then renounced the Order for whatever reason, but is invested in helping you bring a return or resist the Purge somewhat. This takes place between Episode 3 and Rogue One, I guess.
Sure.
Is the thing, right?
Okay.
Yes, the movies. So you bust out your lightsaber, it starts teaching you the combat, and basically it's a less telegraphed. I've heard comparisons to Dark Souls. I haven't played Dark Souls. To me, it seems like a less telegraphed version of kind of the Batman combat.
Nice.
In that different attacks are coming at you and you attack them in different ways. You're deflecting, like a blaster bolt's coming at you. You hit it might be the same button. The LB to parry or reflect a blaster bolt back. So people might be shooting at you while people are coming at you. So you've got to do different attacks too. So it very still early on could be something that has you managing different things all at once, like Batman combat that really satisfying in the end. So
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, it makes way better impression past 5 minutes.
Well, all right. Very irresponsible, that first review.
Yeah.
This
Who
one
would have okayed that?
This one seems slightly less so, but still not totally there.
Yes. Ryan's slightly less irresponsible game review of the week.
We'll check in next week on that one. I'm interested to see if we ever hit responsible levels at any point.
Does the needle ever hit responsible on 0 hit points? Also,
he says slapping his vein.
It seems extreme, but
it's
appropriate.
Extremely responsible.
It's true. If I were irresponsible, I wouldn't slap the vein.
That's right. You just poking willy nilly.
Yep, just poking willy nilly. Yeah. Name of my autobiography. So,
assume that'd be Willie Nelson's autobiography.
A long time ago, I talked about maybe getting Assassin's Creed Odyssey because they announced the Discovery Tour for that.
Oh, sure. I remember you mentioning this casually, meaning you definitely have now gotten it and have played through it.
Then casually purchased it as well.
It's casual about it. Just get cash.
Which I looked up. That was a weird thing. I looked up where it was at. Target said they had it. So I went there. And this is the latest Assassin's Creed. Granted, it came out, I guess we're going on a year if it came out, at Prime Game Time last year.
Jeez.
Which seems crazy, yeah. But still, just to give you an idea of what annualization can do to a franchise and or industry and or market, Target said it had it. I couldn't find it. Asked the dude to look for it. He's like, yeah, it says it's in stock. Found one like dejected on a shelf full of like the video games that they take out of the security packaging. Because at this point, they're like, I hope somebody steals these things so we can get them off the shelves. And it was like the gold edition, like the super best, comes with all the DLC and everything. I'm like, oh, I guess if this is something, because it was also cheaper than it said the normal one was. And then I'm like, wait, why haven't I looked it up on Amazon? And it's like $20 on Amazon. So I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah, I can't find it. I'm like, okay. And I left. So it did come from Amazon and downloaded because it comes in the DLC later. Started up. Put my daughter right on it.
Sure. Go. She
played through the majority of the last one while I sat there. Basically, the arrangement is we sit down, do a tour or two so I can get the cool... Because that was always my favorite thing of the Assassin's Creed games was going through and reading all the stupid historical stuff.
Yeah. The stupid historical stuff, not the good one.
Some of it, yeah, some of it not stupid, yeah. And so I would sit down and be like, okay, do a tour or two, and I can check it out, and then you can go run around, push people, and break vases was her favorite thing to do. Also, there's little kind of stations that you can enter, and it will begin a canned animation. So, like, this is where they made bricks, and you enter in just a spot, and it's not really a tour, but
yeah.
All of that's there again this time around. They've added a few things that I love. I'm going to talk about these and be super excited about them. There's an in-game guide, so like an NPC it's not story, but it's kind of more of a wrapper or more of a connective tissue it's used as. And I forget the name of the girl, but she's basically like, hey, welcome to this. Here's Aquafina. This. You can go here or here. What's that?
Aquafina?
I wish. I'm proud that I know who you're talking about. One, I'm now disappointed that she's not in the game too.
Oh, okay. So it's not a wrapper. It's just some...
Wait, you're not talking about the water?
No, absolutely I am.
Shoot, okay, I guess I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, where are you? I don't know that either of us know where we're going. How about this? How's Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
The thing I'm most excited about Discovery Tour,
Yes,
you ask?
tell me about that.
Is at the end of every tour now, there's a quiz.
It's like Jeopardy.
Yeah.
It's like Jeopardy for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a hard quiz, but it's perfectly at my daughter's level, honestly. Because we're to the point where she's like, okay, I'll play a tour for you, Dad. Why do I hate video games? I don't know. And then she'll do with her thing. So now at this point, she's got to pay attention, and and she actually liked the quiz though. She enjoyed that part. Not that it's gamified; it's literally just a multiple choice quiz.
Sure.
And you can't get them wrong. If you get them wrong, it's like no, try again until you get the right one. So
it's too bad.
It's just cool. It's a perfect thing to put at the end of stuff where you're like, I think she's tuning out, and I have no way of knowing type thing.
No, it is cool. I do wish they were more verbally abusive, though. No, you idiot.
Gladiators coming out. Russell Crowe comes out, throws a phone at you. Nailed that reference. He was in the movie Gladiator.
And
he throws phones.
He throws phones. Yeah, that's true.
That's all I got. DC
game.
Legends was last on my list, so either we can go again on that, or I can start talking about stuff that you may or may not have heard about over the week.
Let's go with the latter.
For those of you who think that was a joke, hard decision, it was not. Did you hear about these things during the week? Okay, so I literally had to sift through the Pokemon news to get anything that wasn't Pokemon because a new one came out, Sword and Shield, I guess.
Sure. People are angry. It's Pokemon.
And that's what I thought was great, because things came out about it, and it's almost textbook at this point, the way that people reacted negatively to some of the stuff in this game that is absolute nothing. And I don't want to belittle fans or fandom or some aspects, no. But I'm not saying if you like Pokemon, you're less of a person.
Well, you kind
of are. I like Pokemon. What the heck? We talked about Pokemon Go on our favorite 5 or whatever year that was.
Self-deprecation is a real thing, dude. You're lumping yourself in with those terrible people.
Should do it to themselves is all I'm saying. I don't want to.
That's fair. You can just get them started.
But after all of that, I'm not even going to mention the stuff that they had issues with, slightly, tinily, or sliding scale, legitimate or not. The game itself broke Nintendo sales records with 6 million units worldwide during launch weekend alone. So
how'd the boycott work there, Chuckles?
I love it because not a small amount of that is probably the people who were complaining about it in the first place.
Oh, I'm sure. No, it's the same thing with everything. Yeah, I hate it, but I gotta have it. I've done it. I'm guilty of it.
Yep. So Pokemon. This last thing you may have heard about. Amy Hennig.
Nope, did not hear about it.
Of all of those games.
Of writing fame.
The one I think about, Naughty Dog, I always think about Uncharted with her the most. I don't know how accurate that is, but certainly Uncharted type games. But she has announced that she's joined with Skydance to, I guess it is a new studio actually. She created a new studio with Skydance, which is not a new studio. Skydance Media, you've seen on all sorts of movies. They have the logo of the sky and the sun.
Yeah.
And it's on fire.
They're owned by Robert Kirkman.
There you go. No, that's Skybound. I did the same exact thing, actually.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, who cares then? I'm even less interested now. I don't care. Amy Hennig, you lost me. Next time, go talk to Kirkman.
Because she left. What was it? Was it
she left a place that wasn't going to give her money to make games that will give her money to make games.
Well, no, but when she left, there was that whole it almost launched the whole thing about or came right in the middle of the death of single player games. That's what it was. EA couldn't make a single player Star Wars game work in their financial eyes type thing. So all sorts of stuff flew around about how and whatever we talked about it. Go listen to the show. I know I will. The fact that she's joined a company that's willing to put money behind that type of thing, even though so the quote is she's going to make story-focused games for emerging streaming platforms. Don't necessarily know what the emerging streaming platform modifier there is going to mean or currently mean.
Sure.
But the fact that she has found somebody that's like, yeah, we'll give you money to do the thing you're freaking good at is heartening, I guess.
I agree. I'd like her to make more games. that I can play.
There you go. We've done it. We solved Amy Hennig. The latest.
We solved it. We solved her.
Of things that we solve here on Zero Hit Points.
We're the solver. We're the problem solvers.
The problem solvers at 0HITPOINTS.com and Facebook and Twitter. You can email us, podcast at 0HITPOINTS.com. We'll mention it, as we often do, for our other show upcoming this week, Book Club for Movies, wherein we're going to do a surprise. Not really. Surely by now you know the shows have been a little, I was going to say weird, but they've always been weird, but they've been a little intermittent, I guess, might be
the mittency
more accurate. But the last one we talked about doing possibly Jojo Rabbit this week, and then I cut that out so you didn't know that, because the way my movie theater works, again, my idiot movie theater down here, which check your local listings, yours is probably an idiot too, finally got Jojo Rabbit after not having it forever. And this is after I bought the movie pass, so I'm like, yeah, I want to spend my money on movies I want to see, and they're like, not even gonna carry him. Finally got it, but then changed the times like every day. So whereas all week I'm planning to go see Jojo Rabbit at this time, by the time it gets to that day, they don't even show it at that time anymore. They're showing like 6 p.m. is the latest they're gonna show it now. I'm like, come on, man. Simultaneously get an invite, or I don't know how much of an invite it was or how open this was, to an early screening of Knives Out, which you did too. Is that how yours went down?
Yeah, I mean, it was just go buy the tickets.
Okay, all right. They tried to make it seem exclusive here. I don't know. I have no idea. So, but it was playing at the only time, because I also went to a concert this weekend, so I had limited time. I only had one time I could go see a movie on Saturday. It played at the exact same time as Jojo Rabbit. So basically I called you up. I was like, hey, it's Jojo Rabbit or Knives Out. What are we going to do? And tune in this week to find... No, I'm just kidding. We're going to do Knives Out. Come back for Knives Out.
It's Knives Out.
I like the look on your face says, oh, that's the one. Okay. Yes. Let's do Knives Out.
Go fix that synopsis real quick.
So come back for that. I am super excited for whatever we're going to say to each other about it.
It could be words.
You will better believe it.
Well, bye.
Bye.